Hello again, Dan. Again, because I recorded this once and ran out of battery, so I had to plug the camera in. So I'm going to start over. Hello, greetings. It is Friday. It's not Friday. Man, I sound like you know. It's Monday, February the 13th. I just think Friday the 13th is more appropriate. Tomorrow is, of course, Valentine's Day, in case you've forgotten all about it. Now's your chance to go get a fish for your wife's head. Nikki, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. You can ask Dan. But if... so I have a wonderful Valentine's Day present, which I unfortunately can't tell you about because my wife is sitting over there. And my cat... sitting right there. Where's my cat? There's my cat. So, I'm already 1/15 of the way through my allotted time. I better get talking because I have a lot to talk about. It's not going to be in any given order because your video wasn't in any given order and I just wrote my notes down according to what you said. So, for starters, swimming workouts. Yes, I have created a 16-week plan. There it is. Showing you the build up and then the drop down, and right here is where trinona occurs. And I've got there's my workout for tomorrow. So essentially, I'm doing about 18,000 yards this week. So I did 3 yesterday. I'll do 4 tomorrow. Then I'll go down to 2 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, 4 on Friday, dropping back down to 2 again on Saturday. That doesn't equal 18. That's too bad. Also, and so what I've got is not only do I have a cycle within the 16-week period. Of course, you can have any length period you want. Not only do I have a cycle within that period, but I also have weekly cycles, so that I'll literally be sort of, what you find is that I'm slowly coming up for 6 weeks, and then I plateau for 2 weeks. I'm down for a week, back up higher for the next 2 weeks, down for a week. Back up, not quite as high for 2 weeks, and then starting the taper down to the event. The taper lasts for 2 weeks, so essentially you drop your yardage by 10% a day, which comes out to you're really dropping down about from say 30,000 yards a week to 18,000 yards a week to 10,000 yards, and then your event. So. I think that is actually a great type of cycle to work on for all sports, not just for swimming. If you want to really be up for that, for those for your playoff run, then how do you taper the athletes' workouts during the year so that they're really peaking at game 16 or for the NFL or game first round of the playoffs. And I've also wondered if you could also do this with academics. I can't imagine why you couldn't. So what is your goal going to be, Dan? You talked about your working out, and you've pretty much kind of done the same thing all year, or since you really started on this program of what you do at work. So are you gonna, is there a way that you can work cycles into it? And if so, are there goals that you can meet? I mean, I guess if it's like, okay, I want to be in shape for Yak Attack, or be in shape that I can walk around over hill and dale and through castles in Wales, that kind of thing. So, my floor. Thank you for your compliments on the floor. I want to quick show you, though. You did compliment me on the fact that I did it myself. Well, I need to show you what do-it-yourself means with this flooring. because it's perhaps not as impressive as you think. So let me pick this spot here. Okay, so when you're looking at this spot, this is where the next piece of flooring needs to go in, obviously, and even though you typically work left to right, I'm not going to. So here's how easy it is. Here's a piece, you put it in, and it locks in and you're done. You know, it's slightly trickier to lock in, the piece here and then here at the same time, but not so tricky that it's, that it causes any issues. So, again, Dan, I appreciate the compliment, but at the risk of being insulting, even you could put this floor together, my friend. So but really, it's not. I mean, it's designed to do it yourself. This whole room took me really collectively about 2 days. There's no finishing that you need to do to it. The real question, of course, is how long is it going to stand up and how long is it going to last? I love hardwood, and I like to refer to my floor as hardly wood. So it's a little bit like a you have naturally big boobs, and I had to resort to a boob job. So that's kind of how I feel about this floor. It looks good, but it's not real, maybe functional over the long run. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to stop right there. Coming in April, any weekend, yes, the 20th would be the best weekend. I think that's what you said in your video, right, Sarah? The 20th, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So no, any weekend is fine. So you let me know when you want to come out, and I will make sure I arrange the kayaks, and either you can kayak and I can swim, or we can both kayak, which actually I think would probably be more fun. Let's see. Oh, your music room. You showed me the house. It's still looking good. I'm anxious to see how the bathroom turns out. And your music room looks really good. You're right. It was, what did you call it? Close or thrashed or something. Anyway, it does look good. But that brings me up to my next subject, which is I had forgotten all about your music room when I was trying to come up with a place to stick your washer and dryer that wasn't at the end of your island in your kitchen. Perhaps you don't want Sarah to watch this. Sarah, if you're watching this, just strike it from your memory. But I think that room would be perfect for the washer and dryer. In fact, here's my suggestion, since you're asking, and that is keep it as a music room. Leave your washer and dryer in the middle of your kitchen, that's fine. But when you get ready to sell the house, put the washer and dryer in there, make that the laundry room, put bifold, take the door off. I know the door that you dearly love that is hanging plumb now and closes. But take that door off, increase the opening and put bifold, like maybe double bifold doors on it or something, and make that your laundry room. I think that would be perfect. You could actually, I'm not sure exactly where it comes from up top, but I bet you could even put a laundry chute and line it up with the bath. Would that line up with the bathroom upstairs? No, I don't think it would it? It's actually, that's the roof above it. Is that correct? If I'm thinking about where the bathroom is, top of the stairs, bathroom. I don't know, it might be close. Anyway, it's worth trying. You could put a laundry chute in and have a cupboard above the washer, and when you open the cupboard door, boop, there's your clothes. So, anyway, that's my idea, and I think that's perhaps worth about 5% of the selling price of your house when you get there. So, just keep that in mind. If we need to, write it up in a document, let me know. Your video idea is entirely lame and perfectly appropriate. Bryn's graduation. Holy smokes, already? So what's she gonna do? I guess she's got an apartment, right? She's going to live like a pauper and try to write for a living. Cool. I think that's excellent because, as you know, Duncan is still planning on coming out to Portland this summer and living like a pauper and playing music. So I think he plans on bringing a saxophone out so he can busk on the street corner, because there's hardly any saxophonists busking on street corners these days. So why not, be really novel that way? Let's see. You talked about your dad and mom are coming down because your dad is shipping his new computer to having his new computer shipped to your house. I like how you completely gloss over the fact that he is ripping off the feds by not paying, or ripping off the state of Washington by not paying his sales tax, which is probably the real reason why he's having it shipped to your house. Now, of course, one could argue that the amount of gas, the money he's paying for gas, more than makes up for the fact that he's not paying sales tax. Well, let's see. If it's, let's say, $1,500 for a computer? I don't know. Let's say $1,000 because math's easier. I don't know what the sales tax is in Washington these days. 8% is what it used to be, so that's $80. So what's the gas to get down there and back in his Subaru? $30? $40 maybe to get down there and back? Maybe a little more. So, he's not saving a lot, but of course the added advantage is he gets to visit his children and grandchildren. So, anyway, Peter, if you're watching this, shame on you. Let's see. Ayamiha, you mentioned that next. Ayamiha Nikki, if you're watching this, by the way, is the typically, well, let me start back. There are 19 months of 19 days apiece in the Baha'i calendar. The first day of the year is the first day of spring. And then if you count 19 days and you go 18 months around, you end up at February 24th, 25th, depending on whether you're counting sundown or anyway, right around the 24th or 25th. So those 4 days, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, or in this case, 29th as well, 5 days, are 4 days or 5 days of celebration and preparation for the 19th month of the Baha'i calendar, which is a month of fasting, sun up to sundown. You know about that, I think. And so, anyway, that's what a Yamiha is. So that's why everybody's coming together. As Dan says, all his brothers and sisters, there must be several out there that we don't know anything about. And his, what was that, Dan? Your brothers, sisters, girlfriends, wife's mother, children are coming? So, sounds like a good time. Better you than me. All your trim done in a month and a half, and you're saying, well, we're not really in a hurry. I have to say that made me laugh because it will take us, Beth, a decade and a half to get all of our trim done?
If the last house is...
Yeah, okay. And that, my friend, is not being in a hurry. Let's see. You talked about our YouTube channel they're suggesting we monetize it. Neither Beth nor I have any idea what that means. So please explicate. Let's see. I'm not there at the closing yet, but I'm going to talk about it first. Dan, you mentioned that... hold on. Got to plug in.